Much, okay, it's Castle here with another stream tonight. It's a Destiny reset week. Han Solo today. For background noise, it's gonna be 85 South Show. May not be as talkative today, just one of them days, but y'all already know what it is.
The bounce shit was slow money. It was, even though it was popping, but it was just New Orleans. The world had caught on to, so it was only so many units you could do. You in fucking New Orleans, like you popular as fuck. So that was the birth of the big timers. When we was just like, well, what can we do that we gonna get out of fucking New Orleans? And I was like, bro, we could do some shit that's never been done before. We gonna do this shit bigger than any motherfuckers have ever done it. And we gonna talk about shit, fuck a Cadillac. We gonna talk about space shuttles. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can have a fucking Cadillac. I got a space shuttle, nigga. Right. And I'm like, when we do it, it's gonna be, so that shit changed the whole dynamics of Cash Money when the big timers kind of came around.
So how did it start? You DJing first?
Yeah, DJing first.
And then you how did you find the love of making beats?
Remixing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in the club where me and KL used to do, he did No Limit shit, beats by the pound. Me and him DJ'd in the same club, underage.
He'll come anytime we call, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we was underage DJing in the club, but them niggas start like really shining, and I was just like, well, how the fuck I'm gonna make my own thing? Then I start bringing my drum machine to the club, like, you know what I'm saying? And I started doing bounce beats, and the bounce shit was just starting to take off. So when I would do something like out my drum machine and I had a fucking bounce beat in that bitch, the whole club would go crazy and bitches would go crazy. So that was my first introduction to producing, and I didn't even know it was producing. I just thought it was just me doing some extra shit.
Mixing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I saw, what did you do, a TED Talk or some shit? Where you was talking to the crowd and you was showing them all your bounce?
Yeah.
Bro, that's some of the most amazing, bro, this nigga got so much shit that he done put on the bounce beat, bro. Just going, like shit you would never think, bro. Like shit you like Sam Cooke and them.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I was born.
I got all
he killing that.
Yeah. I got all of that.
Bruh, Jalen, see if you can find that Adele rolling in the deep on that bounce beat, bruh.
Yeah.
That first place I heard that shit, he was playing that shit online somewhere.
Cause that's y'all culture. That's y'all thing.
That's the way we actually understood songs.
Where did the bounce come from? Put somebody up on the game who don't know.
Let me tell you what's a crazy fucking story. So even when I used to do this shit with my drum machine at the club, motherfuckers would always beat on the glass of the boot and be like, play that beat. So they start calling it that beat, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. And more ghetto motherfuckers start saying that beat. That beat. So before you know it, everybody in New Orleans was calling it that beat. And one of the first bounce beats was some shit that I had in my drum machine. The shit that all y'all heard, the Getting Ready song, Getting Ready. I used to always play that beat. Bang, and everybody started using that motherfucker. Like, it circulated on a cassette tape. And that became the beat that you had to use for bounce. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was some shit that was created for the club, and I gave it to a few DJs, and then everybody started using that motherfucker. And Jubilee did the Getting Ready off of that song. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you telling me you created the bounce?
Yeah.
Created the bounce, right? Come on, John. That's crazy.
Man,
cause that shit gets
a lot of legends that come through that shit. You know, one of my favorites, Feel I Feel.
Oh yeah. I've done some songs for all of them. And when people, when shit get played in New Orleans, a lot of times, like the old first generation bounce, motherfuckers didn't know because you didn't have a way to say you did that. But now people know. They're like, well, fuck, man, Frank did all of these fucking songs. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, how do it feel to be the producer that everybody has to come to? Like, you gotta come through Manny.
In that era, bro, it would be equivalent to y'all, like, I guess, just finding comedy. I was having so much fucking fun and knowing, like, to me, I was successful DJing like my fucking high school dance, a DJing in a club. That's success felt that way to me before making records. Just to know that you was rocking the fucking party, like to say like, oh shit, I control this crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that feeling came from DJing before it came from music. For me, it was just like to know that you a fucking DJ and you responsible for these people. And let me give y'all a little backstory. My dad was a DJ, right? And so my dad used to let me hook his shit up and come back later on and pick it up and bring it home.
Hold up, you gotta say his name because I seen on a couple of them.
Yeah, you heard like, people talk about it in New Orleans, Sabu. That was his name, right? So my dad used to let me bring his equipment to. He played in hole-in-the-wall bar rooms, all of that shit, right? But he had New Orleans sold the fuck up, like from uptown to downtown. Right. So one night I showed up early to pick his shit up, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, hey, long as you don't get in trouble or don't do nothing, you could just play the back, you know? And I was like, all right, and it's a fucking ballroom, like, you know, like a hole-in-the-wall ballroom. And I see, like, what the fuck a DJ do. Like, I'm like, God damn, ain't nobody in this bitch worrying about, like, bad times, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he hitting their ass with cool-ass songs, one after another, and you see, like, your job is to actually take these people away from all of the bullshit that's going on.
Party.
Yeah, and make it a party. In a worse environment. You know what? This fucking place is right across the street from the projects.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody, while this music is playing, is experiencing project life. They just fucking enjoy. They just having fun. And you know, and I was like, that's a feeling that I want to do. That's some shit that I want to do. So I studied the shit that my dad did, and I just made it my own. I was like, well, I'm gonna make this my own shit. Yeah. And even my whole thing was, I was like, I'm never ever going to use my dad to get my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I'm gonna get my own lane. I'm gonna get my own sound. Like, and there's so many people, like even, you know, when my dad passed away, you know, there was so many people that was just like, I didn't even know that was your fucking daddy. It was like, you never said, like, yeah, I was like, bro, I never used my dad for, you know, for what he done. I wanted my own lane. But I understood from him what, you know what I'm saying, what a DJ doing and what's the task. Yeah. It's the same kind of concept of what y'all do as comedy. You know what I'm saying? When y'all look in that crowd, you know, it's a high to know that these people are taken away from all of whatever the bullshit is that's going on for whatever amount of time they are with y'all. Yeah. Y'all take them away from that shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That feeling is better than.
That's a high. That's a rush.
We go to rush on purpose to be like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
You've been on the shows. You see what people come up to us and say, hey, y'all help me get through this. I'm going through this. Without this, I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, man, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. When people telling you shit like, man, you know, I lost my sister this morning, man.
Yeah.
This morning, yeah, I just needed to get my mind away from that shit. And you be like, damn.
It's spiritual, you know what I'm saying? And it's and I don't care if somebody tell you, you know, whatever you do. Man, look, bro, I came here to give to the people, to make them happy. That's what I do. And even, you know, being on the road with y'all, you know, that's what y'all do. Y'all, you know, I'm like, damn, these dudes shine, bro. That there's favor with them. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people, the reason why it don't work because they don't have that favor on them. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get the mission.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate you even rocking with us on tour.
Yeah, y'all can't get rid of me, bro. I'm y'all brother for life.
Appreciate that. For sure. So like take us back to the journey. Okay, we understand that you the DJ, and we know you tearing the party now.
When you start getting that buzz.
Right, how did you get with Cash Money? How you get around these people? Like you said, y'all in the project. New Orleans got its own world. Yeah. It's real. It's real.
It's a whole career before the Cash Money.
Yeah, I was making records way before them. I think my first record came out in '86. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was Miami-based because that's what songs sounded like. Yeah. So I had a couple of fast Miami-based songs, and you know, and Cash Money wasn't heard of at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But somewhere somebody was thinking that. But my connection with them was I was DJing everywhere in New Orleans, uptown, downtown, or whatever, and I was the drug dealer's favorite DJ. So we had block
Streets on
parties
lock.
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
call Manny.
Yeah, so you got to call Manny. And I didn't understand what was going on because I was too young to get it. But the reason why they kept me out there was they were serving while I was out there. If I was out there playing, a crowd was out there. You know what I'm saying? So it would be 5 drug dealers that got together uptown and be like, man, we got to have this motherfucker up here all night. Long as he playing, the crowd coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they can get off it.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't understand why I was booked. I thought it was just popularity, and it grew into popularity.
Yeah.
But I knew, like, at one point, God, I get it why why I'm the safe bet with everything. They like, man, get Manny, the crowd gonna come. You know, and that turned into, okay, if I'm gonna keep this, I gotta keep on giving y'all something new. You know, and I started being the remix king and shit. Like, you know, where somebody was like, well, he gonna play some shit you ain't never heard, or he gonna do some shit you never heard. And all of that walked into, like, you know, the beginning of me making beats. Now, Baby was one of them street dudes as well, who kind of caught my ear or whatever, and you know, and he had mentioned to once or twice before, like, hey, bro, I got a record company, and blah, blah. He gave me a CD of, like, his first artist, and I was just like, man, this some bullshit, bro. And I was just like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how about we get back at it again? You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember this vividly, and he could tell you the whole shit. So about a year after the first encounter, he came back to me and was like, hey, bro, I'm serious about this shit. And I was like, hey, bro, if y'all gonna do this shit, I'm like, I can't do this shit if y'all niggas is drug dealers. Like, either y'all gonna do it, I'm not gonna fuck with it. I'm like, we can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So they was just like, so you want us to put all our trust in you. And I'm like, that's not what I'm asking y'all. And I'm like, I can't fuck with y'all if y'all doing street shit. You know, and at that time, New Orleans was on fucking fire. It was war for everything. Any little shit you done, somebody was knocking your head off, right? So I was like, bro, I can't fuck with y'all on that. So there was just like, I tell you what, bro, we'll give you like maybe 2 months and we'll try this shit. And if it work your way, we ain't gonna fuck with the streets. So, and a lot of people don't know, the first generation of Cash Money artists was bounce artists. It was all bounce artists, you know. So the first song I did for them was a dude named Lil Slim. And it was a song called Bounce Slide Ride. It was like bounce, slide, ride, giddy up, like bounce, slide, ride, like some bounce shit. That's the beginning of bounce. We did that song, that shit took off. You know what I'm saying? The second song was the dude PMW. And that's the dude, he did the dip song. I put my hand up on your hip. When you dip, I dip. But he was signed to Cash Money early on. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
That's
group
crazy. That shit was live over here, too.
Yeah, their group was PMW, Pussy Money Weed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did some shit
They
for
had
them.
a song called Pussy Money Weed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that was they shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit jumped off. You know, so then, you know, they start looking for anything that was popping, anything that was in the club that was popping. Cash Money got his hands on it, and then it became like a fucking little bounce dynasty. So we rolling, like, you know what I'm saying? And they had them times where they was just like, man, you know, the street shit is gonna make us some extra money, and I'm like, bro, I can't fuck with that. I'm gonna leave if y'all, you know. So this is what happened. This is some real life shit. The bounce shit was slow money. It was, you know, even though it was popping, but it was just New Orleans. The world had caught on to, so it was only so many units you could do. You in fucking New Orleans, like you popular as fuck. So that was the birth of the big timers. And we were just like, well, what can we do that we gonna get out of fucking New Orleans? And I was like, bro, we could do some shit that's never been done before. We gonna do this shit bigger than any motherfuckers have ever done it. And we gonna talk about shit, fuck a Cadillac. We gonna talk about space shuttles. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can have a fucking Cadillac. I got a space shuttle, nigga. Right. And I'm like, when we do it, it's gonna be, you know, so that shit changed the whole dynamics of Cash Money when the big timers kind of came around. Right. Because motherfuckers, that shit took off and it went like fucking Atlanta all the way to Houston. That first volume 1, and everybody was like, we never heard no shit like this before. These niggas Ain't saying they rappers, but they talking some shit.
Right.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? They could sell pussy to a hooker. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
These niggas could sell space heaters in hell, you know?
Exactly.
Y'all did that, boy.
And that changed the whole dynamics of it to like, oh, fuck, like we got something here. You know, and I think that was the moment when Baby took it serious.
Yeah.
When he was just like, bro, they checking for us, they calling for us, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, I think we should change the whole momentum of this shit to rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bounce is cool, and it's my baby, but it ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So our next thing was Soldier Rags. You know what I'm saying? We found Juvie at the bus station, getting off the bus. You know what I'm saying? And Baby was like, man, I heard about dude. My dad had already told me about Juvie. My dad, Juvie actually knew my daddy before he knew me.
Damn.
My dad was like, man, this nigga Tanut, that's what we called you. He said, boy in the projects, rocking, whatever it is, da-da-da-da. So we catch him getting off the bus where our office was. And I'm like, man, let's see if dude can rap, man, if he really, man, that motherfucker Jude rapped about, I don't know, I ain't gonna even exaggerate, like 15 songs back to back. And I was like, man, if y'all don't sign this nigga, give him whatever he want. I was like, yeah, I'm geeked out. I was like, if y'all don't get this dude what the fuck he want, you know, I'm like, come on, bro, this dude is the truth.
Okay, so you picking, y'all picking pieces.
Yeah,
Now,
so
now
he
you got
tell
Juvie.
him, listen, bro, I'm gonna need this much money a month, and I'm gonna need one beat that you ever made, that you and LV beat. He said, I'm gonna need that beat, and if y'all give me that, I'm coming. I was like, done, bro, done. So the first album that we did on him was the Soldier Rag album, and you know, and me and Juvie, I think we did that shit like in maybe 3-4 days.
Man, that motherfucker classic.
Yeah, we did that album in like 3 or 4 days, and you know, like that's that shit when you know when you writing something and you know it's a genius joke, you know what, you gotta smile to yourself. Like you like, oh, this bitch gonna kill him.
Right,
you know, when we was doing them songs, when I did Soldier Rag, I was like, ah, this bitch gonna kill me. I was like, this beat right here. and I hadn't played the beat for him yet.
You got the people living your life thinking,
Yeah. And the first time I played the beat for him, that's when he came out spitting. I was like, oh, it's done. It's done.
So that's how Juvie came about.
So who else?
Okay.
So we got Juvie, right?
Juvie.
So, all right, we got
I thought
Juvie.
BG was there first.
BG was there. He was part of the bounce thing, but you know, BG was kind of off and on. You know, he started on the bounce kick. BG and Wayne was on some. They was the BGs.
Right.
Their first little shit was called the BGs. But guess who called us? The real fucking BGs. They was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing down there. Yeah. The how deep is your love?
Right.
They was like, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing, but y'all got to change y'all name. Y'all fucking with our shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of played the background, right? And none of us knew BG or Wayne could rap. Wayne, the way Wayne got was Wayne daddy, his stepdaddy, Rabbit. We knew him. Rabbit was a street dude, right? So Rabbit was trying to keep Wayne out of trouble. He was really like, say, bruh, you know, I got my son, bruh, and you know, I don't want him to fall into the dumb shit that we look at life as. And I know he like music, bro. If y'all could just put him under y'all. I told him if he make good grades, you know, blah, blah, blah. So the thing with Wayne early on was he wasn't allowed to curse. So, you know, his daddy and his mama was like, you can run with them niggas, but if you're gonna be making records, you can't curse. You know what I'm saying? And Rabbit, you know, his stepdaddy was one of our homeboys, like on some real, you know, like grew up with us. So he was like, all right, fuck it, we'll take him under our wing. But Wayne would do shit where his grades were slipping and they would take him out the group, put him back in the group, you know what I'm saying? And every time his grades got slipping and his mom took him out, that motherfucker made A's again, just to get back. You know what I'm saying? So so now that the shit is taking off with Baby, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, but I'm working on BG's Chopper City, right? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck, BG could kind of rap, bro. He been studying this shit. He's been, you know what I'm saying? Because his first shit, you know, nobody really ever heard it. But you know, he sounded a little whiny, and it was all bounce verses. Like you know, he was doing a little chants, and you know what I'm saying, the shit that go with bounce. And you like, wait, this motherfucker really talking some street shit, like some raw. You know what I'm saying? And Chopper City I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And then you got to think about it. Like I said, the original group with them was him and Wayne. It was called the Bee Gees. We knew there was no way we could put Wayne with BG when he did Chopper City. Because that nigga was talking about dope, raw, and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit, going up. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I was like, nigga, what the fuck that is?
What you say?
Yeah, what this nigga just said?
Original YN music.
Yeah,
for sure.
The shit that you like, wait, this nigga been naming all of this shit.
Right.
He been like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I didn't know this nigga was doing all of this. I'm like, I didn't know the nigga was, and you know, he one of them artists where he really is, he gonna give you the truth. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think with him, when he dropped, it resonated so hard because we wasn't understanding that he was really talking from a true place.
Yeah.
All the shit that was on this album and lyrics, this nigga was doing. You know, we was like, why they love this nigga so much? And I was like, you know what? This
and he was at the perfect age of a hip hop consumer.
Yeah. So it was just like this nigga really living this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, and so we start going, well, what else, you know, we got to work around. So we had this chick, Magnolia Shorty, which you know, and everybody in New Orleans know Magnolia Shorty. She had this song called Monkey on the Dick, but it was a bounce song, right?
Yeah, that
shit
women in New Orleans love it.
Oh, they love the fuck out of this song, right? So, but Renata, she was out the Magnolia, and you know, Baby really liked Renata, liked her like as a, he just liked her energy, like you know what I'm saying? Because regardless till they stopped doing bounce music, Renata was always around. Yeah. But Renata was like, it's this other nigga in the project, he kind of nice, he coming up, and it was Turk. So Renata brung Turk around. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, I like him. You know, he nice. So let's try it out. You know, and by then we was trying to figure out how do we market all of them, you know, but we can't. And I'm like, well, how about we make them a group and then start marketing them one by one? And that's what made the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, instead of going like one at a time, we gonna make them a group, and then we'll start chipping from that group and let everybody have their identity. You know what I'm saying? And that formed into the Hot Boys, and from there, we was just like, who is the one that resonates, you know, more? It was Juvie, like y'all was saying. Juvie, it was something special about Juvie around that when motherfuckers was just like, bruh, this dude Juvenile, this dude Juvenile, it kept coming up.
Because it's just like, it felt like, as a consumer, as a fan, it felt like he just represented the entire South, not just New Orleans, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they brought elements of where everybody could relate to it, whether you was from New Orleans or Atlanta. It's just like the realness of the hood.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
And see, a lot of people think that the deal when we signed with Universal, a lot of people think it was Juvenile, you know, 400 Degrees. That it wasn't that. It was the big timers.
Right.
The big timers, you know, like the reason why they made us stop with the volume 1 was we was already gold when we did the deal. So, you know, they was talking cocky shit. They was just like, we don't need y'all fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all gonna give us some money, y'all gotta give us some real money. Right. So they was like, okay, this is the deal. Take that shit off the shelf and give it to us. Y'all can't make no more money off of it. So that kind of put it in limbo. Yeah. And while we was waiting, we was doing fucking Juvie's album, and we was finished. I was like, man, we finished with this. How about we just move to Juvie's album? So whatever is going on. I'm like, because while we got this window, and the hype was they signed this deal for fucking, I don't know, $1 zillion. So I'm like, while we got this fucking hype, I'm like, and the world is paying attention, let's focus on Juvie. And 400 Degrees dropped. And the rest is fucking, you know what I'm saying?
That's one of them ones where when people say no skips.
Yeah.
Cause it's like that motherfucker is like a movie. All them songs is connected. Now, as the producer, bro, what was your mind state while you cooking this shit up, putting this album together, and engineering this shit? Like your hands always in the music.
I always, you know, that's crazy because I never really get to say this, and you know, we had some shit earlier today with Gip. And I was telling him, the whole, some of the recipe for 400 Degrees was Rico Wade, you know what I'm saying, and how Outkast and Dungeon Family was making songs, because a lot of my production was kind of like just 808s and snares and sound effects, and I was like, well, when I'm doing this shit, I'm like, I want it to be musicianship. I wanted to be some shit that motherfuckers was like, this nigga really thought about these songs. He really thought of how he was gonna do it. So at that time, the biggest thing we had was Outkast. And you know, and a lot of it was, we was like, this the blueprint right here. I'm like, these motherfuckers jamming. So I'm like, this shit gotta be jamming. And also the pressure of the South got something to say.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so we was just like, okay, y'all taking us for a joke. Y'all think we playing? So I was like, we going in on this one.
Man, what like sequencing though, when you got the single for Juvenile for the 400 Degrees, the hot, right? Like, when you was making this beat and you knowing this shit don't sound like nothing that's out.
Yeah.
Like, did you know this shit was about to fuck the whole South
Oh,
up?
yeah. Yeah, he'll tell you that. I got on everybody's nerves, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one who manifested, you know, and I'm not saying like that in a cocky way, but I believe that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, when I was making this shit, I was like, nigga, this shit and niggas like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna shut up? Fuck no, I ain't gonna shut up. This shit gonna be around for forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they like, nigga, you tripping. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the way that motherfucker layered, bro, is like, the hook way different from the bar. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker asking a question, why you supposed to be rapping?
Even at the end, it's like you still hitting them with the transition and shit. You can hear the slight little change.
And Back That Ass Up was the last 2 songs we did on this album. And we did them, believe it or not.
Come on, yo.
I was beating on the we was in Nashville and we went to a restaurant and I started beating on the table doing the beat and this motherfucker started doing that. He was like, that's you with some big ass bands, huh? That's you with some, and I was like, bro. And he was like, what? I was like, keep fucking doing that. Check, let's go. We need to get the fuck out of here, back to the studio. And he was like, I'm like, yes, do that. And I'm like, bro. And it was a joke. This shit was literally a joke. We had a restaurant and I'm beating on the table and he rapping and he's saying that shit. And I was like, bro, that right there, that's the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, cause when y'all came out, it was like, our range, you ain't going outside or out of no other state unless you got family. So we didn't get a chance to see what other people look like.
Yeah.
So when y'all was on stage, I'm like, and y'all was like, they used to come in and bring the TV into the classroom. We can't even watch BET.
Yeah.
They like, look, when this song come on, y'all gonna get hyped, but I want y'all to shut the fuck up. We like, yes, ma'am. Man, what? From the 99 to the 2000, we just looking and we just like, we 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
Then it's like, when y'all shot the video, all them projects and
It's
shit is
everybody
gone
in
now.
their
hood.
And it's just like, that was our first time getting to see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming to the hood, like, oh, these niggas really out here.
That shit game. So that's what it looked like. I'm telling y'all put us on game.
But a lot of that, I remember the first time like we went to New York after shooting her and other places like, where it was like maybe West Coast or East Coast. The motherfuckers was like, where did y'all get the props to do that? It was like, nah, that's really our hood. And they was like, get the fuck out of here. That's y'all.
That's where we stay,
They
man.
was like, y'all really stay there? And it was like, fuck.
Bro.
It was like, this is a motherfucker feeding a dog bologna on this thing.
For real.
That's where they play basketball at, nigga.
You're like, yeah, this some real shit. And and you gotta think about, there's times where you forget that and somebody might do it and the shock value of it bring you back to a time where, for Trinidad James, when he did the video, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, God damn, this is what the hood used to look like. I'm like, this motherfucker walking around, gold all up, rubbing a fucking little puppy, like,
Right.
It's like, this fucking, we forgot this. We forgot this.
We haven't seen nobody embrace the hood like that in a long time.
Yeah.
It was like, nigga, I'm happy right here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It wasn't the fake.
It wasn't the special
it was real.
effects. In every video now you see, you made it already.
Yeah.
We don't know you, but your first video, you made it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God damn, why the fuck you already made it?
You already there. Damn, you the road was on your first video?
One of the things, and one of the things like Baby changed because it was just that nigga is Baby. You know what I'm saying? And the more and more we grew, we got to see Baby turn into the #1 stunner. You see what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I was big on with the early songs, you know, I would always say like some shit like, nigga, they got more Civics than they got Bentleys. So I'm like, we are for the masses.
Yeah.
We gonna talk shit, but we gonna keep the shit simplified.
Right.
You know, and if you notice in the earlier shit, we had Chrysler 300s, we had PT Cruisers.
But bro, it wasn't like it's a Chrysler 300. Right. This the shit that made everybody want to fucking Chrysler 300.
But the thing was,
it was the big motherfucker.
yeah, but the thing was, that was affordable. You see what I'm saying?
That was affordable. That PT Cruiser,
everybody could
PT Cruiser wasn't no PT Cruise. That PT Cruise like a limo.
Y'all almost that one.
That PT Cruise at that time was limos.
But the thing too, but the thing too, the masses could get them. The niggas was like,
that was some bullshit, man, bro.
you call it whatever you want. Nigga, it worked.
PT Cruiser.
Them Escalade was high for.
It worked, nigga.
Find the Escalade.
Now look, I gotta do this for the online community. I told you we was talking when we was riding in the Sprint. I was telling you I always watch the shit about the New Orleans like street legends, bro. So I gotta ask you about a couple people.
Okay.
Killer Stone.
Stone, yeah, bro. Stone definitely would. I'm gonna even tell you stories while you telling me. I'm gonna just tell you how fucking crazy, like, you know, Stone legacy was. One night we was in the House of Blues, right, and some shit jumped off, and he bumped into this dude. It was a little young dude that didn't know him, right, and he stepped on the dude's foot, and the dude was like, motherfucker, bitch ass nigga, He said, hey, obviously you don't know who I am. He said, I'm gonna forgive you, little man, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You can't know who the fuck I am. You cutting up like that. And the dude came back with like 4 more of his fucking friends, and they was like, Mr. Stone, oh my God.
We apologize.
My bad. He didn't know, bro. He didn't know. Please. And he had to laugh his fucking self. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, that's when you got a crazy ass fucking reputation, bro. Like you done shook this whole fucking club up, cause they was like, boy, you ain't, niggas was telling him, boy, you ain't gonna make it home. Yeah. You don't know who the fuck you just talked to.
That's wild. You always hear about Killer Stone, man, with the big bags of money and all that shit.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, all of these dudes had sense of humor, though.
Yeah.
But that was normal. That was normal shit in New Orleans. You grew up with killers.
Yeah. Right. Let me ask you about this one. Face from the mill.
Oh yeah, Face fucking man. This motherfucker ain't have no fingers, man.
No.
Yeah, that motherfucker
and
come around and still let that fucking bitch run. Yeah, nubs.
I saw online, they said the nigga took the popsicle stick so he could use it.
Yeah.
So he could shoot the chopper.
Yeah.
Take that bitch to his finger.
Yeah, this motherfucker had no fucking. And I'm like, bro.
You got gunned down, man.
Yeah, you think it, man, there's so many real street legends from New Orleans. What about Meatball?
Oh, Meatball, fuck. That nigga used to dress up like a woman, but he was a drug addict, you know what I'm saying? I think Meatball is in prison right now. But Meatball, he was known for, he would dress up like a woman and come and get you. And I'm like, I don't see how y'all can't see that nigga is not a woman. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga would come, he would come to a block party and grab the mic, you know, because all these niggas knew me. You know, they could be like, man, give me the mic, man. Fuck him. Niggas say, hey, man, if y'all don't give me nothing, we ain't gonna have a good time. Now, if y'all niggas put some shit on the table and we can go back to having a good time, how y'all want to do it?
So he'll rob the party like that?
Yeah, that nigga
get on the mic and be like,
with word.
Strong, hey, man, y'all just put some money on the table.
Just give me a little something. So we can keep this party going.
Your face.
Damn. Well, you name all the killers in your rap song.
Oh, them niggas, that was they had the original Matt Black truck before Matt Black was even made. You know what I'm saying? And this documented, and when it was locked up, they had a black truck that used to go to the come through the projects. Yeah. And the front of that bitch had homicide painted on it.
No.
And they had the little windows that slide. And if you seen that bitch coming through the courtway, somebody was gonna get it.
At a time like that, then y'all succeeded.
Yeah.
And escaped.
Yeah.
But
that was normal shit.
I know it was normal shit, but at that time, like even the Han video, like just in that breezeway.
Man, so many killers in that fucking video.
That breezeway was so dangerous. I was like, Juvie, please get out that breezeway.
I gotta ask about Soulja Slim.
Slim kind of had the same reputation as well. But it's just like I said, a lot of these dudes had sense of humor if they knew you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could joke with them, clown with them, and all of that. But if you didn't know them, don't fuck with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had people that was like other DJs that might have came from different places that like, hey man, put me on because I know them niggas paying you a lot of money. The drug dealers pay. I'm like, okay, I throw you out there, and this nigga arguing with one of them niggas about the money. Man, when are you gonna give me my fucking money? I'm like, hey bro, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
There's one video I love with Soulja Slim and BG when they in the studio.
Oh, and they recording that joint right before Katrina and shit.
It was Slim kind of bounced around though a lot. Slim was signed to everybody. Not officially signed, but he did records with everybody.
Right.
He'd be at Cash Money one day, and the next day he had No Limit. And then he'd leave No Limit. Then he fucking with KL, whatever KL and them doing. And nobody ain't never said nothing because it was Slim. You know what I'm saying?
Slim,
so it's just like, goddamn, Slim, who you really side with?
Right. And then you been working with Mac since he was fucking,
Since Mac was about 9. I think like 9. Yeah. And Mia was in the group with us when she was young.
Yeah, we had Mac stop through here. Bro. What was the name of y'all group?
New York Incorporated with Mia. There was a dude, one of my homies from New York, he was the one who came with like the real DJ shit. Like I thought I was a DJ back then. I just had a few little shit. But my homie Denny came from New York, you know, and he grew up under Cut Creator and you know and Jam Master Jay and all. So he knew how to transform and all of that shit. So he was like, man, we getting with him. You know, and he moved in my neighborhood. So me and my homie Wap, we joined. That was Wap's cousin. So we joined with him. And Mia was going to a Catholic school at the time. And Mia got in trouble with some shit. And she had to go to. She stayed in our neighborhood, but of course she didn't go to school with us. And Mia got in trouble. Then they put her in. You know, she had to go to school with us, to the school that we went to. And of course, you know, Mia just lit up. Like we was like, well, you know your ass rap. She's like, yeah, I rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, come on, fuck, come get down with us, get in the crew.
I was a bad kid with a Catholic school.
Yeah.
That shit do not hit. They turn their ass up.
Oh, I gotta ask you about E.G. Derrick.
Like, you supposed to be here praising Jesus. What is wrong?
Who is that?
Lil Derrick.
Oh, yeah, bro. Derrick was actually one of the hot boys. You know, Derrick was Baby and them nephew, like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, Derrick was fucking... Boy, he was a monster too.
Yeah.
Derrick had a few under his belt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Derrick, at the height of the rap shit, when motherfuckers started liking Derrick was like, boy, fuck this. I'm out here. I'm in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Derrick had potential of, you know what I'm saying, being something because there was a lot of people that liked him.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, the crazy thing
He had
is,
them good storyteller raps.
yeah, Turk took Derrick place. Yeah.
Well, I know you seen Gangsta. He got a podcast. Bro.
Yeah.
You ever was around him?
Yeah, bro, the crazy thing is, even young, me and Gangsta used to always rib, bro.
Yeah.
That's all we used to do was crack fucking jokes. You know what I'm saying? And I knew about his background, but that never came and surfaced with us being young. You know what I'm saying? Because we would always just fucking crack on each other whenever we saw each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be like a fucking ribbon session.
Yeah.
Soon as y'all see each other.
Yeah.
His own.
Yeah.
I seen y'all did the verses.
And there was a lot of people, you know, on other podcasts that say that. They're like, man, if you knew Manny young, you seen that motherfucker, he start ripping you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers knew that about me. Like, you know, and when if you knew them dudes, you know, growing up, they was just them type of people. Like, you know, I knew who could play with him and who couldn't play with him. But I definitely wasn't going to say no shit that I'm going to rip you where you going to get mad.
Feel like it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I seen y'all did the verses.
Yeah.
How that was, even though it was in L.A., I mean, Las Vegas.
I kind of, bro, that shit need to be here, New Orleans, somewhere down. What was weird about that, first of all, it was good for the culture. It was good that we could show that No Limit and Cash
Share the
Money.
stage.
Yeah, can share the stage, and there's really never been no beef.
Right.
And I don't know, you know, how all of that really kind of came or whatever, but the crazy shit is we've been seeing each other all of our lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would literally when they were signed, like when Mia, Mac, KL, Fiend, any of them, when they were signed to No Limit, if we went out on a Friday night, we saw each other at the fucking House of Blues or something, and we all hung out and had drinks. But I get it. You had to be loyal to your side. I had to be loyal. But we never really had no internal beef or no shit like where motherfuckers like, man, maybe they want to kill each other. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was good to keep that stigma for business because motherfuckers was like, man, but everybody knew each other. We all grew up to fucking together. Like, especially in New Orleans, it's a small little city. So whoever did music, that's where you hung out with motherfuckers who did music. Right. But to do that with, I think, what was it going on? It was something going on. There was something when we was doing that. What was the shit called, Jeff? When the verses, the Complex Con. So the thing was, that crowd really wasn't our crowd. That was people who kind of got in because of that. That was part of the sale of the ticket. Right. That they was gonna have all of these free concerts, and nothing against them, because thank y'all for doing it in a paycheck. Thank y'all. But thank you. It wasn't the crowd to me that deserved that. You see what I'm saying? We should have did that shit somewhere where
in the dirty South.
Yeah.
Crazy part about it still can be done.
Yeah. Well, we brought it back on y'all stage in New Orleans a little bit. We brought it back, so it still can be done. Yeah.
I think the city just deserved it. Like you said, like it's cultural based. Like it shows, like, first of all, we from here, and it shows, like, look at all the things we overcame. Not all the things we overcame. Look what we done for the city and for the world, my nigga.
Now, I did want to ask you this on here, because we were talking about it, and you said, like, you were locked in with Cash Money for so long that you didn't really get to work outside the circle.
Yeah.
So when you did get to go outside the circle and find out that the whole industry was like, shit, I've been trying to get with you.
Yeah.
What was that like? Just to know that you amongst your peers that they thought you were dope.
I was with, and I even want to ask y'all this: have you ever experienced that? Because when you with, I know like y'all background, and I'm explaining it so y'all could get like where y'all came from. And sometimes when you leave where you come from, you got motherfuckers who, man, you ain't gonna make it without that. You ain't gonna make it without that machine. You know what I'm saying? So when I stepped off from Cash Money, I had a bunch of motherfuckers going, well, damn, dude. That's it for you.
What you gonna do?
You fucking done, you know what I'm saying? And my first shot at it was Jeezy. And then what? You know what I'm saying? And when that was me leaving, you know what I'm saying? So and the one of the things that kind of detoured me a little bit when I was doing And Then What, there was a nigga in the corner telling Jeezy, like, man, that boom, boom, clap shit, nigga, that ain't gangster.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? You like,
nigga had every nigga in the car. Boom, boom, clap. Man, nigga holding up, looking all good.
But this
nigga lame as hell in the
this new people to me. I don't know him like I know Juvie them. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if he gonna take this dude word for it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna let me, and he was like, hey man, OG, dude saying da-da-da-da, and I was like, hey bro, nigga, this gonna be the biggest part of the song.
And I remember telling him that. The biggest part of the song.
I said, bro, this gonna be major in this song.
That song is about financial literacy and getting the business plan. Jeezy laid out all the steps. First, I'm gonna stack my flow.
And then what?
Then I'm gonna stack some more.
And then what?
Man, what? Close shop when I do my count. That means the shop ain't open.
Right.
Hide the rest of the yams and my auntie out. That means I'm gonna take just what I need.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm about to invest the rest.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all.
That nigga said boom, boom, clap. He said the sound effect.
That was him fucking with us, letting us know we done. Because we sitting here like, this beat so hard. And he like, nigga, all I did was boom, boom, clap.
Yeah.
Just to show that nigga.
He was showing his ass on that one.
Yeah, I had to. I was like, oh,
he went crazy.
Now, this is what's crazy. So, Boys in the Hood was on tour, because Jeezy was with that. And their last stop was New Orleans. So he hit me. He said, hey, bro, are you coming to the show? And the song had been out for, I think, like 2 weeks. The song, and I'm trying not to pay attention to it because I'm like, man, I don't know if this is going to go good or fucking bad. But I did my thing. That's what I was fit. But the song had been out. And so he hit me and he said, hey, bro, I'm going to be in New Orleans. I'm doing the House of Blues. Are you coming? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to come. So, Boys in the Hood on stage, they performing, you know what I'm saying, and they do their last song, and you know, the fucking stage go black, like, you know what I'm saying? And he had a fucking, you know, like that 5 heartbeats moment where, you know what I'm saying, that nigga did what Flash did, you know what I'm saying? This nigga was like, yeah, it saddens me that I have to leave the group, but this is my new song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that motherfucker came on and the crowd went crazy. Bro, I was crying. I ain't gonna even lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right,
that
too.
shit made me feel like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
You seen that nigga again who said the boom boom shit?
I have
What?
not seen.
Oh, you low down dirty son of a bitch. And I bet that's his favorite part too. He used to call out this. Boom, boom.
Now, we would be remiss to not ask you about this since we in Atlanta. And this just happened to be one of our close friends and favorite rappers.
Yeah.
When you and Tip get together, y'all
We do
mix.
special shit, dude.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
And I think what it was with Tip, bro, I always looked at Tip like a little brother, you know, from early on, from I'm serious. You know, when Tip would do shit, you know, I would call him and get in his ass about it. Like, I promise you, he could probably tell y'all I aggravated him sometimes. Cause I'm like, nigga, why you out here beefing with these niggas, man? Leave that bullshit alone. Get out the streets. And the nigga like, damn, Fresh, bro, there you go with that shit. And I'm like, bro, nigga, you are a star. I don't know if you know it yet, but you a star. You know what I'm saying? So I always looked at him like little brother. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? So, and I even tried to get Tip signed to Cash Money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I brung him over there, and of course, Baby and them being so super New Orleans, they didn't see it. You know, they were just like, I know you like this nigga, but he ain't from where we from. And I'm like, bro, this dude is the future. You know what I'm saying? And to watch Tip turn into, you know, but even when that happened, I said to him, hey, bro, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but whenever you need me and whatever you need me for,
right.
I got you, dude. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, the first thing, you know, I did was The Greatest. You know what I'm saying?
That so crazy.
When I did that song, he was like, nigga, that ain't the Manny Fresh I want. I want the fucking horns, nigga, and the da-da-da. I was like, well, let me get this one off. Let me get this one off, and I'm going to double back. You know what I'm saying? Now, this just happened, you know, and so I was just talking to Tip. Nigga, this was, what, 2 days ago, right?
Right.
And we was talking about how Top Back came along, right?
Who was the one that passed on the beat?
Juvie.
Juvie passed.
Yeah, Juvie passed on Top Back.
Back?
Yeah, so I did Top Back for Juvie, and Tip had done the hook. I said, hey, bro, come by Tip's studio, come hear this song. I got a banger for you. He came in that bitch, he was like, I don't like that shit too loud. You know what I'm saying? And Tip was like, Manny Fresh, I'm gonna show these niggas what to do with one of your beats.
You ain't know that's who he's talking about. You ain't know that's who he's talking about.
One of these niggas, what? That who he talking to?
Listen,
That's
Tip was
crazy.
super quiet, because he was like, that nigga don't like that. He like that. He said, I can have that. I was like, you can have it, bro.
I'm gonna show these niggas what to do with your beat.
As soon as the nigga pressed record, that was the first thing that nigga said. I'm gonna show these niggas what to do. What?
Boy, that's
Now let me
easy.
ask you this. When you do get calls like that, when people want you to come and produce a record for them, do they want you to come with some shit you already got, or do they want you to cook it on the spot?
I'd rather make it on the spot.
For real?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather find some shit that fits your personality. Because I didn't grow up doing that shit like that, where you send somebody some shit. Where I'm like, nah, bro, let's make this shit. Let's cater it to you.
I know that beat package is crazy, though.
Yeah,
bro.
I got a bunch of beats. You know what I'm saying? But I find that I don't really have nothing to me is a hit that I sent somebody. I don't have no songs that I sent to somebody, you know what I'm saying, where I'm like, this motherfucker, you know, you killed it. Because I wasn't there to produce it to say, hey, you need snare rolls right there. You need to drop this part out. No, that shit is important to the song.
Now let me ask you this. Do you work with up-and-coming artists?
Yeah. But the thing that we just said, it's hard to get an up-and-coming artist to understand what a producer do when they used to beat makers. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to tell them, like, hey, bro, you could do that better, or that song don't fit this. Like that's not what this sound like, you know.
Fuck with them.
Yeah.
Fuck with their ego.
Yeah. It's like, hey, bro, that's what you got me for. You got me because this is my job. This is, you know. So it's hard to get somebody new to do that. And there's something that I always say where fuck up at. See, if you a rapper and you picked up a drum machine, I'd be like, it's over. This nigga, he done. Cause I'm like, now you're doing this job. This not your job, nigga. Write the raps. When nigga be in there talking about, man, I made my own beats, nigga. I just need you to. There's a few niggas that could do it, but there's a lot of niggas who can't, that think they could do it. And you just be like, oh man, this nigga got a horn, this nigga got a drum machine.
He ain't here to do it.
Yeah,
shit.
and I'm like, bro, you fucking up, bro. Concentrate on the
Hold
raps.
up, man. Hold up, nigga. You don't hear them trumpet?
And nigga said, that ain't
Nigga
it,
be
man.
like, nigga like, I'm gonna play you 5 of my beats. I'm like,
Okay, so hold up. I'm still stuck on the other story, right? On this T.I. top back story, right? Cause when he asked you to come back, cause now all of it hit me in the head at the same time. Pause.
yeah.
Cause he said, nigga, I want one of the beats with the horns, and all I can hear is
Yeah.
you like deliberately
That's
just went
the
in there and just
intro.
said, all right, I got the horns for
Yeah.
you. Cause I'm in
Yeah.
the band.
So
We
yeah.
played all that shit.
I did that shit at Tip Studio. So what was so cool, like after that's another after I left Cash Money, you know, Tip's place was always home. Grand Hustle was my home. That was my shit. Y'all might as well say I was signed to Grand Hustle because I was always there.
Man, this
You know
all
what
the
I'm
shit
saying?
we didn't know.
So I was all so when I
I
did
wish you
that
were
beat,
there when I was up there.
I did that fucking beat, you know, but I was like, hey, bro, I'm doing something for Juvie, you know, because that's my nigga. He's still my nigga. Man, and Juvie was signed to Atlantic at the time. Juvie was like, I don't like that. And the crazy thing is, like I said, 2 days ago, this is me, Juvie, and Tip having this conversation. And that nigga Juvie said, my bad, bro, I fucked up on that one.
That shit was so cold. My feet down low and my top is right.
Yeah.
Oh, that little head,
And,
how
you know,
this shit
and
came together.
I was always champion for Toon. You know, with T.I., I was like, nigga, you and Toon? I'm like, y'all got something special. The same way me and Juvie had something. I'm like, I'm glad that we got some hits under our belt, me and you, but I'm like, Toon is your fucking dude.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I love
Toon went crazy.
Yeah.
I love to hear Tip and Toon.
Yeah.
And the shit he do with you. And him and Pharrell.
Yeah, that nice one he got right now.
Made some nice, they made some nice
And
smooth
Jazzy
shit.
Faye.
Yeah.
For sure. Him
That
and Jazzy
fucking,
Faye and
hey,
Pharrell, they
let's
get
get
all the
away
girls.
on the other side of town. That fucking meet me
Shit,
at the
Pussy Papa
hotel.
#1. That's
Pussy Papa
the early
#1.
shit.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Fresh, I want to ask you this, bro. When you know you about to produce a whole project, is that beforehand or is that something that just end up happening?
That's what ends up happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm better at doing it that way.
Right.
Because what we missing right now is the connect with the producer and the artist.
Right.
You know, when you have that person, even if he picks beats for you from other people, he knows, you know,
Your sound.
your shit.
Yeah.
You know, you take, what's a long career? We gonna think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you take Drake, 40 has always, you know, picked everything for him or either done it. You know what I'm saying? And when you trust that person, your shit gonna always sound like it's supposed to sonically sound.
Yeah.
If you get 7 producers that's badass producers, all of them gunning for the single. So you might get 7 of the same fucking songs. Whatever music sound like right now. Instead of getting a producer who like, we gonna do some shit about politics today, we gonna save the fucking wells, we gonna do a trap beat, we gonna do, you know what I'm saying, some other shit. But if you get 7 people to cater your album, you only get motherfuckers who competing against each other. They forgot that there's other subjects and other shit that we could talk about and other things that we could do.
They forgot his art.
Yeah.
His art.
So it's kind of like up to the producer to kind of challenge the artist. To
Yeah,
get outside
because
the
sometimes
box.
you gotta tell, bro. Let me tell y'all something funny. Because we would be like, man, if we was making a song and I put on the board like, hey, today we gonna talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? And all of the shit that's going on in New Orleans. You know, with corrupt cops and da 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 da. And Baby got on that bitch. Baby gonna start that bitch off with my earrings cost 50. My fucking teeth cost. I was like, hey, bro, we told you, nigga. We talking about.
Yeah, baby, listen, playboy.
So he don't give a fuck about what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we just like, hey, bro, we gonna have to start moving you either on the intro or something, or somewhere towards the end of this motherfucker.
Hey, playboy, y'all talking about your Dynasty, playboy.
You know, we was on, I think it was Soul Train one time, you know, the nigga was asking us like, so, man, you know, what's been going on in y'all city, you know, and what are y'all gonna do to help y'all people and y'all, you know, about some charity work and all of that. That nigga baby said, nigga, you see these fucking rings? I'm like, hey, #1 stunner, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be.
My nigga stunner.
The stunner stuff the real man.
Hey, little OG,
Yeah.
he gonna pop it for
Yeah,
sure.
he don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
That nigga gonna talk about his money and what's going on.
Pop that shit, OG.
Hey man, when you part of a family like that, in this turmoil in the family, man, do you get calls from both sides?
Oh yeah, bro. I think they look at me like the glue sometimes. Like, you know, they like, man, hit Fresh up, man. Tell him, talk to dude, you know, and our shit, you know, like anybody else shit, you know, is a fucking work in progress. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some healing that needs to happen. There's some fucking sometimes talk, and sometimes the fucking internet is an awful place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, shit, if you got something to say to me, man, call me. Don't air that shit out that way. Use the internet as a tool. Use that shit as a, you know, like this is where you get to market your shit. You know what I'm saying? Market and make money off of that shit. Don't make mess out of that shit. Like, you know, and I think there's something that really that really needs to be said in a loving way. So it could be understood. And I need platforms sometimes to say it. Like, even like people always say, will there be another Hot Boys album, or will there be, you know, certain things or whatever? You know, because you got sometimes Turk disgruntled about shit. Sometimes you got BG disgruntled about shit. You know what I'm saying? But there's something that both of them got to hear from Big Brother, and I'm Big Brother. There was a lot of shit throughout.
So, as always, like to see you want to see more, keep up to date with past, present, future shows, and all the foolishness got going on. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't cost you up to click. If you want to support the Dynasty in other ways by copying your exclusive Kozuki Dynasty merch and copying your copy of the odds written by yours truly, make sure to click the link in the description and our profile. I've been yours, Cashew.